Alright, so this next video, Photoshop 101, we're going to go over the healing, spot healing tool and all of the things that are inside this category. The spot healing brush is really good for actual photographs if someone wants you to clean something up for them. I don't do a whole lot of actual images or pictures on tumblers or on any other designs, but every now and then that comes across and people want something to be cleaned up or cleared up or something removed from an image or a face or something like that. So this is the section of Photoshop that you're going to be using for that. And apologize for the airplane overhead. I am out in my garage filming this video. So we'll let that pass and then I'll continue. Alright, so the spot healing brush is also going to be hotkey J. So if you press J, it'll open up that. Up at the top, there are a few things that you can modify. You can modify the brush size. You can modify it here by just dragging this slider back and forth, or you can press hotkey right bracket or left bracket, which is going to make it bigger or smaller. Those are next to the letter P on your keyboard. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take and get rid of this little zit here. So the first section is content, or first type is content aware. What that means is it's going to, when you click on this, it's going to pull content from somewhere else in the picture that is going to remove this red pimple and fill it with a skin tone color. So we're just going to click over the top of that pimple and the pimple is going to go away. Now you can resize the brushes, like I said, to make it bigger or smaller and just kind of remove all of these little red blemishes on the lady's face. You could also use it to remove freckles like this one here, or these little red dots over here. So it's actually a very useful tool in cleaning up an image, primarily pictures and things like that, without making it look fake or distorted. So you can use this tool for this kind of stuff. You can also go to heal with a texture. This isn't as good of a quality. Say we want to remove this this white section. It's going to give us more of a blurred effect, and that's something that you kind of want to avoid. I don't really like the heal with a texture type. We'll hit Control Z a few times to undo those. And then there's also proximity match, which is not the greatest either, but it takes colors and whatnot that are around it, around where you're clicking, and fills them into the space where you're clicking. So it's a little bit smoother than the texture, but it's not, see, it just pulled like from the nose there. It's not perfect. The best option for this is definitely going to be just using the content aware. Moving on to the next thing, the spot healing, the healing brush tool rather than the spot healing brush tool is essentially the same thing. What you have to do for this tool to work is you have to sample, you have a source up here, you have to sample a section of the skin or a section of the image. So in order to sample something, you're just going to hold down Alt, and then you're going to get this little circle target, and you're going to click the section you want to be sampled. So this is a pretty clear patch of skin here. I'm going to click on that, and everywhere I click, you'll notice the little plus sign whenever I click down. It's sampling an image or a section of the skin in that area. So if I drag it down, it's going to follow it down and it's going to smooth out the skin. Not as good as the spot healing brush, but it's still something that can be usable. If you wanted to sample a different area, you could do so by just simply holding Alt and say we want to sample, you know, this white area. It's going to sample in there wherever I drag it, so it'll paint that exact thing back in that spot. Wherever you're going over is what it's going to sample. So this isn't a terrible tool, but the spot healing brush is actually better. You also have the patch tool. The patch tool is very similar to the healing brush tool. Essentially, it's just going to be a spot you can drag and draw around. So say I want to copy this section of the face here, so I'm just going to drag around it. Now I have this, I can click in the center of this and move it, and it will give me the copy of that in this space. So whatever space you want to eliminate or you want to move, so say I want this all to be clear, get rid of all of this white bumpiness. I'm going to drag it over to like a clear patch of skin up here, and it'll give me a clear patch of skin. Now it's not as great as just simply using the spot healing brush, but it's another option you have to remove, you know, larger sections at a time, or move sections over. The content aware move tool, same kind of concept as the last one we were just looking at. You can draw a space and you can move it over, and it's gonna literally move over whatever you copied to that new area. So it's kind of like the reverse of what that last one was. We'll hit enter, and it literally just moved over that section of skin onto over the white. So it's not a terrible tool either. You can use that if you found a clear patch of skin or something you wanted to move something over. It's a good tool to kind of give you a little bit better, you know, this doesn't look great because I didn't sample a good section of the skin, but content aware tool is not bad. And the red eye tool, I'm not going to really explain, but it's pretty straightforward. You just simply change the pupil size up here and how dark you want it to be. So if you have a picture where someone's got a red eye in it, you would just simply click on that red eye and it will lighten it up. It'll eliminate the white right here, it eliminated eliminate the red, eliminate the pink on this, but for a red eye it would eliminate the redness of the eye. So that's pretty straightforward. The next section we're going to go over are the brushes, the brush tool, which to me is the most important tool that you have in Photoshop. So in that next video I'll show you how the brushes work, where you can get brushes, and the best way to use them. So we'll look forward to that next video.